Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Southern Illinois Basketball Show with your favorite Jet Holman from the Operation 2032 channel, which might be changed to Operation 2033 based on the probability of making it to the NBA after 1 year of college. I just want to give myself a little breathing room. And maybe maybe have a little bit more time playing college basketball. I'm not saying I'm not gonna make it to the NBA. It's still gonna happen. I mean, I can still make it to the NBA after 1 year of college. I just have to make it by 2033, which is what year? It's 8 years. 8 years from now. So that's basically like going back to 2017, which really doesn't feel like that long ago. So in the following week, we saw some major shakeups in the regional brackets and heading into the sectionals. Let me pull up the bracket for the Class 2A Carterville sectional. So last week, not last week, but in the past weeks, Benton beat Carmi by 30, which then they went to the regional finals and faced Carterville, and they only won by 7, which may have given me a little bit of doubt in them beating Breese in the sectional semifinals. And Benton actually started out with a 10-2 run after the end of the first quarter, and then Breese just worked their way back, and Benton never came back to the run that they had at the beginning. So since Breese won 41-30, and then Breese also beat Columbia in double overtime, which Columbia was, if you don't remember, Benton lost to Meridian earlier in the year. I was at that game at the Benton Invitational tourney, and by like 15, and then Columbia blew out Meridian by 30. So I was thinking either way that could not go well for Benton. So I watched the highlights for that Breese and Columbia game, and they had some big dudes on that Columbia team, some big guys. That Benton is they've got Docker, he's 6'9", and then 6'6", and then 6'2", so it's not the tallest team in the world. So I don't think they would have kept up with that Columbia team getting rebounds and stuff. Because also another thing I noticed in the Benton and Breese Central game is that in those last couple minutes of the Benton game, they just kept shooting free throws over and over again because we couldn't get a rebound at all. Because they gave them like 7 extra points, because we were in that game for a while, and then we just couldn't get rebounds. Then we kind of became clear that we couldn't win that game, and so that's kind of how it went. I am from Benton, Illinois, originally, so now I do not live in Benton, but that is where I'm from. That's cool. So Breese Central moves on to play Althoff Catholic, the number 1 team in the Class 2A division, and they will play tonight at Carterville at 7 p.m. as I'm recording this tonight. And then so Belleville, it says Belleville on the bracket, but it's actually Althoff Catholic. Althoff beat Pinckneyville by 18, which was kind of a surprise because Pinckneyville was one of the tougher teams in the River to River Conference, which is where Benton was, and then Pinckneyville won that conference, and they were in some close games against Benton. As you remember, if you can remember the first game of the first meeting between Benton and Pinckneyville, They were down by 2. Benton was down by 2. Docker launches a full court shot. You know he's definitely not going to make it. This kid smacks him right across the arm. He gets 3 shots, then they win the game. So just crazy. And then Pinckneyville comes back the second time they played, beats Benton by 15. And then the next game, Pinckneyville beat Benton by 1 and ended up winning the conference. And then Benton was 3rd in that conference to Nashville, which lost to Breese Central in the regional semifinals. So that's cool. Carlisle, which was they were in the rankings earlier in the season, but I think they just had an easy schedule because they got destroyed by Westclin. Am I saying that right? I think so. I should know how to say this. And then so then Althoff went to play Vienna in the sectional semifinals, and Belleville won by 17, which is less than how much Pinckneyville lost by. So it's just interesting how like a good game and a bad game can show how, because I bet Vienna wasn't one of the better teams, and because they were 5th, and then because Murfreesboro was 2nd, and then Murfreesboro lost to Metropolis or Massac County, and then Vienna beat Metropolis by 5, which I feel like Althoff should have beaten them by more. I mean, I've never seen them play, but I should know that that's that is Althoff's a good team, and so is Breese Central. But I think we're gonna do like betting lines where it's like -1, minus like. Everyone knows that minus means that if it's like -1, that means they're expected to do better. Like it's not like minus like is bad. It's like the opposite. It's like golf, basically. It's a little hard to explain, but I got Althoff Catholic minus 15 heading into this game, which means I expect them to win by more than 15. So that's cool. And then heading into the, I don't know, I still study much about all the other sectionals, but do know that, let's see, Phillips Academy, or however you say that, they beat Benton in the state championship last year, which was a tough game to watch, as a Big Benton fan. And so that was it's tough to watch, but I feel good about Althoff making it to state, and then I also feel good about what's another team there. The Chicago Leo and Dyett, the sectional final has been moved to Simeon Career Academy due to a floor issue. Oh, that's not Southern Illinois. My bad. I don't know why I'm talking about Chicago. My bad. Oh, actually, there is another team. Another thing. It's all the way down here. In the I'm looking at the brackets. So we got, oh, that's Peoria. There we go, Williamsville. Williamsville was pretty good, but they weren't as good as like the Max Preps rankings were saying. They were saying they were like top 3 in the state for 2A, but then Benton, like if Benton beats you and they're higher than, and like, well, Benton was like 7th though. and then like Columbia and Williamsville came in there, and then Benton beat Williamsville by like 10 or more, I think. Now look at their schedule. You'll have to do some homework for me. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Oh yeah, and Chicago Phillips lost 2. I don't know any. I remember. Why am I still talking about Chicago? Yeah, Chicago is not in Southern Illinois. If you don't know anything about the United States and geography, so that's cool. Let's move to 3A, which I don't know much about, but I can tell you that Marion had a good season. But I think they lost to. Wait, whoa, they're almost done. They already got everything figured out there. Oh, no, that's the exact same. So so we got Washington sectional. No one cares about Chicago. Where is the Marions and the Mount Vernons? There we go, Marion High School sectional. So Marion got beat by Mount Vernon by 16. Marion had a pretty good season, I feel like. And then Waterloo, my grandparents live in Waterloo. And then Mount Vernon got beat by Troy. Whoa, 43-27. That doesn't seem right at all. And then Centralia beat St. Louis by 3 to go to the sectional championship, which is tonight at Marion High School, which I think my mom's aunt lives in. Yeah, my mom's aunt lives in Marion. So a lot of, then Mount Vernon beat Carbondale in the regional semifinals by 17 to go play Marion. So it's great. It's cool. Love to see it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Dr. Tedeschi is going to play Colorado State next year. It's interesting to see how he's going to do there. I know some freshmen are really thrive and do well at colleges, but then others, they just sit on the bench the whole time. So I hope he gets some playing time. He gets in the game. It's in some of the games, and then that'll be good. So let me move to Max Prep since I'm on the. You can just search it up, IHSA 2A basketball brackets, and they will show you just about everything you need to know. So that's cool. But now we will look at, since Breese and Althoff play tonight, we're going to look at the, oh shoot, it's not Greece, it's Breese. It always changes it. Breese Central. Boom, that's cool. Breese Central, Illinois. I'm trying to find their schedule right now. Then they play Althoff tonight, and yeah. So in the Division 2A rankings, got Williamsville second. That is questionable. I don't know who's making these, but Williamsville second is not what I was thinking. And Benton goes down to eighth, and in the 2A rankings, which they were first for a while. So I don't know what happened there. So we got Althoff number 1. That's obvious. Althoff has 5 losses, which is because they're in that St. Louis area. Their losses have gone to Mount Zion, Lincoln, Quincy, Edwardsville, and Metro East Lutheran. So that's all like St. Louis area. So that's going to be interesting to see that. I don't think they have any teams that they both played, since they're kind of far apart. Well, actually, Breese is. Let me look at Breese on the map. Breese Central is. Breese Central is. It's farther north than Ben. Let's just see. Breese Central. That is in Clinton County, Illinois, which is okay. They're close. They're close. So, has Breese played Trenton? Let's check that out, because I think Althoff has played Trenton, or maybe they haven't. I don't know anything anymore. Oh, here we go. Althoff beat Breese Central 71-51 earlier in the season. So by -15 stands. My -15. So yeah, Breese Central, they beat Breese Central by 20. That makes sense since they're so close together. I don't know how I didn't see that on the schedule. They also beat Chester by 26, I think that says 26. It's 26 is. See, remember that 26 points as Althoff beats Chester by 26. And then Breese did not play Chester. Breese did lose to Marion. Breese lost to. Well, they beat Nashville by 4. Well, they played them in the. Yeah. Okay. Then they played Belleville. They lost to Belleville. So, yeah, a bunch of those St. Louis and Chicago teams are always going to be the better ones of the bracket. That's why Benton hasn't won any. Well, they just got moved down to 2A after being 3A for a while. And then Breese also beat Columbia. Oh yeah, Breese. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's keep the bracket open too on my tabs. Just keeping you guys all informed on what's going on in the world of Southern Illinois basketball. So Teutopolis is in there too. So that will probably be Teutopolis and Belleville, maybe, I'm thinking, for super sectionals. That'd be good. And then Williamsville versus Auburn, that will be another great game. Let me check that out on the Max Prep. See, compare the schedules, and so we got Williamsville. Let's see if they played each other yet, so I can get a betting line for you guys. So yeah, Williamsville and Auburn tonight, which is cool. And then Auburn plays. Okay, so we got Williamsville. Williamsville lost to Auburn by 3 earlier in the season in January of. I lost it again. January of 17th. Okay. That's pretty cool. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. So let's go. So as we're wrapping up the season, let's go and check out some Southern Illinois University scores while I'm at it. Well, since it doesn't say the Southern Illinois High School Basketball Show, I see Southern Illinois Basketball Show. I forgot how to spell Illinois for a second. That's not good. Whenever you're making a show about Illinois, you kind of need to know how to spell it. Illinois. Southern Illinois University basketball. All right, so Southern Illinois, they're not the best team in the Missouri Valley Conference, as they fell to Drake. Drake is the number one team in the bracket right now. So they kind of fell. The Southern Illinois kind of fell into the bad side of the bracket because they beat Indiana State, which is the worst team in the bracket. Well, not the worst team. Now I take that back. Wait, or are they? 1, 2, 3. I'm counting it now. 5, 6, 7. It should be swapped though, because yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Southern Illinois beat. What am I talking? What am I? I can't think. Can't think correctly. Drake beat Southern Illinois. I can't think, guys. Drake went off to a hot start. It looks like 36-25 in the first half, and about the same in the second half, 28-34 Drake. And then for Southern Illinois, Jarrett Hensley, 4 points, 33 minutes. Kennard Davis Jr., 38 minutes, 10 points. Whatever that guy's name is, I can't read his name, at 19 points, 38 minutes. So nothing too impressive. It's kind of what you can expect whenever you're in the Missouri Valley Conference. Not much competition down there in the Missouri Valley Conference. That's why I think the farthest they've gone is the Sweet 16. I think whenever somebody gets some NBA player play. Walt Frazier, I think, played for them some year back then, some way back then. So it's kind of fun facts with Jet Holman. So that's cool. And then come back next week, and we will continue to discuss what happened in the. I might do one tomorrow though, after the sectional championships and stuff, just to see who goes. Talk about who goes to the super sectional, and so make sure if you don't have you should get an NFHS network subscription so you can watch all those games. You should be able to watch the Althoff and I forgot what it was. Bree Central, yeah. Althoff and Bree Central. So that's cool. And then you should be able to watch a bunch of games too. So thank you guys for listening. We'll see you all next year. Next week. My bad. Hope you guys enjoyed this.